Well, hello there, Vlad here. Welcome to my studio. Today we are checking out the Harley Benton Amarok Baritone. It's a sponsored video in the sense that Harley Benton provided me with the guitar that I specifically requested them to send. I wanted to have this guitar, to try it out and see what it would be like to play a baritone guitar. And yeah, it stays here, but I'm not getting paid for the video. And even if I did, you do not buy my opinion. You will always get my honest review about gear, because doing it any other way just doesn't make any sense. In this video, we'll first of all talk about the specs, and this thing is incredibly well spec'd for the money. We'll break down the first song we just heard at the beginning of the video. We'll check out some of the tones from that. Then we'll listen to another song for some cleaner and kind of low gainish ambient tones as well that you can do with this, and break down some of the sounds from that song as well. And at the end of the video, I will give you my honest opinion about this guitar. I've had it for, I don't know, 6-7 months now, so I really know what I'm talking about when it comes to this thing. And spoiler alert, it's good but not perfect. The Harley Benton Amarok Baritone has a mahogany body. There's a flame maple veneer, satin finish, 4 different color options for you to choose from. It's a 5-piece neck through. There's an ebony fretboard, glow in the dark side markers. The scale length is 27 inches. The nut on the guitar is Graphtec task nut, 24 jumbo stainless steel frets. Comes with EMG retroactive hot pickup, so this guitar needs a battery inside as well. Simple volume and tone and 3-way pickup switch controls, WSC custom hardtail bridge, Grover lock-in machine heads, and the guitar is made in Indonesia. As of shooting this video, this guitar clocks at 555 euros at Thomann store, though your pricing might vary a little bit depending on where you live, so be sure to check out the link below in the description for pricing in your country. As you can tell, for the money, you're getting pretty amazing specs on this one. So why a baritone instead of a 7-string, you might ask? I personally have tried a bunch of 7-string guitars over the years and just never got along with them. I don't know, there's just something that didn't work for me, like I didn't feel comfortable playing those. Whereas a baritone guitar, it's basically kind of the standard tuning, but we're taking the strings and kind of moving them 1/4 down. So like, instead of this string being a high E, it's a high B. So like, we're just moving it lower and with a longer scale, so it stays in tune better, it intonates better. Simple as that. Basically, it allows you to play exactly the same riffs you're used to play on a standard tuned guitar, but they're just way lower. And it's actually kind of interesting how different familiar riffs sound when they're just played a 4th down. Here's a few examples. So basically, if you ever want to try out lower tunings but don't want to get a 7-string, this is the way to go. Here at Cat Land, we focus on recording our own music at our home studios, so we're going to check out this guitar in a studio context, meaning that we'll be breaking down the first song we heard at the beginning of the video. I'll demonstrate a few of the sounds there soloed out, and then I'll blend them into the mix, so you can see how this guitar sits in a mix. All of the guitar tones were recorded going from the guitar into my pedal board using various drive pedals to achieve the tones, and from there into my Rev D20 over there. And I'll write down in each of the clips how those sounds were achieved. Is that a secret what I I also wanted to demonstrate the clean and low gain tones you can get with this guitar. So let's jump into the second song right away, and after the song we'll go to the breakdown of each of the sounds, and I'll again write down how I achieved each of those sounds. So, is the Harley Benton Amarok a good guitar? Yes. Is it a perfect guitar? Absolutely not. I think overall for the money you are getting really amazing specs like proper hardware, stainless steel frets, stuff like that, proper pickups. It's really good. There are also some things that kind of come with budget-friendly guitars, I guess. For example, I like that it comes with locking tuners, but personally, first of all, I don't really like the reverse headstock. Somehow it feels like just counterintuitive to me for some reason. So when I try to tune this string, I think I'm tuning the high B string, but instead I'm actually tuning the low B string. That's something that I can get used to, but You can also see that the tuners are not evenly spaced, and they are actually a bit too close to each other. So when you're turning one of the tuning pegs, you are kind of pretty much always hitting the tuning pegs next to it as well, at least with my fingers, which I'd say are pretty regular sized fingers. So that's something that annoys me a little bit. Although there's this kind of overall high-pitched metallic tone. It's mostly the strings over here, and as you can see, I've tried to mute them, but I probably need to do it better because they still ring quite a lot, and you can actually hear that in the recording as well. There's this high-pitched overtone that's kind of ugly. You probably will want to mute these because they don't sound pleasant on the recording. It's like too bright and actually kind of annoys your ears a little bit. What I also might want to do is to try different saddles for this bridge, if there's such available, maybe like graphite saddles or something like that. That's something that I would like to explore. I really like the bridge design though, like it allows you to adjust individual height and intonation for each of the strings, and I think especially with a low tuned instrument like this, that's really important. Right now I'm having a little bit of intonation issues with this guitar, especially on the low B string, but I'm not sure whether it's the frets or the nut itself. I swapped to slightly thicker strings on this guitar than the ones it came from. And speaking of strings, there aren't actually that many baritone string sets available. It's something that I learned the hard way. I was ordering stuff from a store and I needed new strings for this one, and I just couldn't find any baritone sets. So like, if you're used to Ernie Balls or Diodari or anything like that, I wasn't able to find baritone sets that I wanted to have for this one, at least. So what I actually ended up doing is ordering a 7-string guitar set and just leaving out the high E, and that's how I got my strings here. The good thing is like those 7-string sets don't cost that much more than like a 6-string set. So it's not really like a huge issue, but it's something that you should be aware of. I actually quite like these pickups. Like for metal stuff, they're good, punchy and kind of mid-rangey. I think they're like active hot, but there's like a vintage characteristic to them as well. It's not like a super modern and scooped. I think I'll be exploring different pickup sets for this guitar because while these are decent, and I like the fact that they're EMGs, which means that you actually have some resale value for them as well. So if I end up getting different pickups for this one, I'll be able to sell these because they are not like no-name bulk pickups. They're actual EMGs. So somebody will probably want to buy them. So that's really cool. Really like the simple control layout. I don't need any push-pull pots. This works just fine for this type of guitar. There's really good access to the 24th fret if you want to solo out over there. So that's good as well. And overall, this instrument has actually been surprisingly stable when you take into account the finish temperature and humidity changes. But I've had a bit of fret sprout going on here when it arrived. Then at some point during the fall, I think neck expanded, something like that. And I didn't have it, and now it's kind of back. So I probably need to take this to a luthier, like round up the fret ends a little bit, check out the nuts, stuff like that, so it plays and intonates even better than it's right now. But even if you count in the price of like setting this guitar up with the help of a local luthier, maybe like doing a little bit of fret end leveling and stuff like that, I think it's still worth the money because like the construction and everything feels really high quality, like way higher than I'm used to on any other Harley Bentons I've had here, and I've like played quite a few. So a very impressive instrument. Will definitely need some setup when you get one, and as with all of the budget friendly instruments, one of the ways they're saving money is that not every single instrument goes through quality control before they arrive to your place. So if you end up getting one, links below in the description by the way, there's always a chance that yours might have some issues when it arrives. That's the nature of budget friendly instruments. Not all of the guitars go through quality control in Europe or wherever they're stationed. And yeah, if you get a faulty one, just send it back and get a new one. That's how it works. Thanks for watching my Harley Benton Amarok review / studio demo, whatever this is. If you want to get yours, check out the links below in the description, the affiliate links, and if you use those links to buy anything from Thomann, I get a tiny percentage to support my family with this stuff, and it won't cost you anything extra. So if you end up using those links, that will be greatly appreciated. And again, highly recommend check out the Home Studio Essentials course if you want to up your recording game. If you made it until the end of the video and you like the content, but you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Please consider subscribing to this channel. And yeah, likes, shares, merch store, course stuff in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time.